Hey, how are you? It is that time in my life where I've decided that I can do something about my physical health, take it a little more proactively, and get back into some exercise on a regular routine basis. My story is something that I hope may inspire you, encourage you to realize that there is hope. Can't promise anything though, but that there is hope at recovering from various illnesses and getting back towards living a more energetic and fulfilling life. Not that you can't have a fulfilling life even when you're struggling with things. I've learned to find fulfillment even though my body's not cooperating and sometimes my mind isn't cooperating with where I'd like to be. Nonetheless, I'm hoping by sharing this that my story may give you some hope, some encouragement, some inspiration to be able to make your life better. I'm not going to go into my whole story right here at the beginning, but let's just say that for the last 14 some years, I've been struggling with various health issues, and it's come to light that mold has been a big challenge in my life. I didn't know it, didn't know that it was something to be worried about. But for me, mold has been a very huge contributing factor to a number of health issues that I've struggled with over the last 14 years. Some of that time, I was stuck in bed. I could hardly get out of bed for days at a time. It was very challenging mentally to be in a place like that when before, when you're younger, you're athletic, you love sports, you love getting outdoors, and suddenly you can't do much. I couldn't do much. And that's hard on the mind when you're used to being able to get out and do things and you want to accomplish stuff and get things done, and there's things that could be done. Nonetheless, over the years, with the help of my wife, I've made a lot of progress. It's been slow, but I'm back to a point where I think I can start an exercise program and get back into being consistent with it and seeing where we can go. So I'm recording these to just share my journey, my story as I begin this process, and we'll see where it goes. I'm hoping that it will be something I can keep doing, because many times I've started doing some exercise program before and my body just does not want to do it. I struggle with detox, and when I start exercising, the detox kicks up and it affects me, and it just makes life way too challenging to keep that up. So I have to let it go. So in dealing with that, I'm hoping that this will work. If it doesn't work, well, you're never going to see the video. If it does work and I'm able to keep up with it, well, this video will be up and you'll be able to see it at some point in the future. In the meantime, though, we're going to get started. So yeah, I've ordered a set of exercise bands. They're the Undersun exercise bands, and I'll do a video showing me opening those up, giving them a try, seeing how they're working. But from my research, they look like something that I'll be able to use. One of my challenges is I've loved lifting weights, and I've done it in the past, but I've run into the problem and come to realize that as much as I like lifting weights, I can't do it. Why? Well, the reason I can't do it is because I am electromagnetically sensitive. That's because of the mold. It's not something that everybody deals with, but for me, the mold makes me extra sensitive to electricity and electromagnetic waves, radiation type stuff coming off of Wi-Fi and cellular type things. So I struggle with that. I can't be around it very well. It affects me. It makes me not feel well. It affects my mind, my mental state. So while I love lifting weights, and I've figured out how to do powerlifting and to make great progress with it, and I've made great progress in the past, I can't do it because when I lift, or let's just say when I touch the metal bars and the weights, it does me in. It doesn't work well. So I can't use the weights. So it's time to move those on, let somebody else use them that can use them. I've been hanging on to them for years and just haven't been able to use them. I keep trying once in a while when I feel better, but it just nails me, does me in. It doesn't work. So rubber, well, they're actually latex bands. with the undersun bands. I'm going to give those a try and see if I can actually do the exercise. Now, what makes me think that I might be able to actually do exercise now, when in the past I couldn't, is that I've been able to do some hiking this year. I did some in the spring, and I've been doing some in the fall and winter here. And I can hike, 6 miles. I can hike, well, I went up to almost 10 miles one time in the spring. So I know that I can get out and I can sweat and I can exercise, I can get the heart rate up, and I'm doing okay with that. I've been going out in the winter, even in the snow here, this fall and early winter, getting out, hiking in the woods, through the snow, 5, 6, I think it was about 8 inches of snow I was plowing through last time I went up. Did about, well, that was a little shorter. I did about 3 miles, because boy, it's some serious work plowing through the snow. And just, it was fun. It was great to be out there in the snow. So what I'm hoping is I can use the exercise bands to get really consistent, and then get out once or twice a week to do some hiking to go on top of that. But it all depends on how my body reacts. And this is one of the challenges, is being able to manage being able to try something, and sometimes you can't do it, and you got to work through that mentally. How do you handle that? And it's not always easy, because like I said, I love working out, I love feeling stronger, I love feeling healthier and fitter, but I haven't been able to. So right now I'm between 250, 260 pounds, when, if I wanted to be honest about it, 160 pounds, 165 would probably be where I should be with the current muscle mass that I have. In high school, I was 167, and I was very athletic, running around, playing all kinds of sports all the time. But, well, I'm not there anymore. I haven't been that physical, I haven't been that active. So literally, if I wanted to have about the same, fat to muscle mass ratio as high school, I'd probably be about 160 pounds. So I'm not a real big guy. I'm 5'10", but right now, like I said, I'm almost up to 260 pounds. Not where I want to be. Amazingly, I'm still able to get around quite well, and go on the hikes and carry a 25-pound pack while I do that. And because I like to carry my gear when I go, so I don't just throw in a light couple water bottles and go. And that's one of the other things, is my body requires a lot of water. It's part of the whole issue. Anyway, I will go into more detail about my story, some of the health issues I've been dealing with, how I've struggled through that as we go. But we're going to see if we can get these exercise bands working. So try them out. So in the next video, I'm going to open up the box. We'll check them out, and then we'll give them a try. We'll start working with them. We'll see how they're working, try some of the different exercises, and we'll just give it a day-by-day experience and see if we can keep it up. Start slow. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to start slow. I love to just jump in and go crazy. But I've learned that you got to back off and take it easy sometimes. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested, I invite you to come along on the journey. Watch the transformation, and of course someday down the road you're probably going to find this video or another one of the videos in the series. You can come back and check this out and see how it all started. Anyway, you'll see me trying out the bands in the next video. So again, I'm hoping, and my purpose in doing this is that you will be able to have the opportunity to watch this. It will inspire you, give you some hope, give you some encouragement to maybe do something like this for yourself. Maybe bands isn't your thing, maybe exercise with weights and stuff isn't your thing, but whatever it is, whether it's just getting out, kayaking, hiking, skiing, snowshoeing, whatever, running, whatever that is for you that you enjoy doing. Because if you're going to start exercise, do something you enjoy. And I enjoy the resistance type work, and I love hiking, so I'm going to do those things to keep working on improving the health of my body. And we'll see what a year can do, we'll see what 2 years can do. Because it's consistency that's going to get us anywhere good. Being consistent, developing the habits that's going to allow us to make consistent long-term progress to change and transform. And of course, diet has to be part of it, and we'll discuss some of that along the way too. But that's not the primary thing that I'm going to be talking about. It's mostly just moving the body and getting it going. There's plenty of other people that talk about exercise and diet together. So I'm going to just share my own story, go through this on my own, and we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. Ah, yes. The official weigh-in. Let's see where we're at here. All right, 256. That's where we're starting. I'm going to do weigh-ins once a week so we can actually see some changes taking place. We'll be doing it every Monday. So, there we go. Let's see if we can get it down below 256.